Tower. You can open your CTC to page 28. We are going there. I've told you I didn't just make Ogunkewa. I have done my research. Page 28. They asked Baba that second to the last question. Okay, not the second to last question. They asked, what do you do for a... This is page 28 of Baba's testimony at the Corona inquest. Page 28 of 330. What do you do for a living? Baba, I am a carpenter. Question. Do you remember on the 25th day of October 2023, you deposed to a written deposition on oath before this court? Do you remember? Baba, yes. Question. If you see the said written documents, can you recognize it? Baba, yes. Question. Please take a look at this copy. Baba, reviews documents. Question. Is that your written deposition? Baba, yes. Question. Look at the signature. Is that your signature? Baba, it is mine. Question. What do you want to do with that document? Baba, I want it to be adopted as my evidence before this court. Again, what do you want to do with that document? Baba, I want it to be adopted as my evidence before this court. Question. My lord, we seek to tender the said written deposition. The court. I believe all parties have been served. The witness deposition dated the 25th of October 2023 is thereby adopted as evidence in the court. So Baba has actually said he has a written deposition dated 25th day of October 2023. Baba has a written deposition and it is used as an evidence. Now, let us go and check what is in that deposition because they asked him questions from it. So that Baba will not say, no, I never said I wasn't the person that was giving them orders for the burial of Mohbad. So let us go and check. Now, everybody, open to page 39. We are going to read just 5 pages. Page 39. Ẹ sáré ṣe ẹ̀yin tẹ́tí ní CTC lọ́wọ́ WhatsApp ó ti pọ̀ yẹ́kẹ́yẹ́kẹ́ bí ó ti di 2 kọ́bọ̀. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá nínú, I am opening the classified documents. The classified CTC. I'm opening it now. So, okay.
Ẹ má bínú, ẹ fún wa kọ́ìnsì lálẹ́ yìí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, ẹ ṣàánú ajé o.
They asked, do you know the day that the deceased died? Baba, yes, 12th of September. Question, how did you know? Baba, I got to know around 9:30 p.m. Question, on that 12th September? Baba, yes, they were calling me that he was okay and I should go back home, and I noticed that the tone of the conversation. So I wanted to know what was happening, and by 9:30, I met his body on the floor and they had blocked the nose and ears. Question. The very first call you got with respect to the deceased, what information were you given? Baba, the call was from his mom, and she said Mohbad was in the hospital and they said we should come. But the way she sounded, I sensed something was wrong, and she called me around 4:30 to 5 in the evening. Question. The mother, does not live with you? Baba, no. Question, was the mother living with the deceased? Baba, no. Question, did you go to the hospital? Baba shakes head from side to side. Question, tell us what happened. Baba, on the very day when I saw that his body was on the ground, I asked what happened to him. Was he sick? Question, you got there and you saw the body already dead? Baba, yes. They said they gave him injection. An injection reacted on his body, and that was the comment given to me by his wife. Question, you saw the dead body? Baba, yes, at the sitting room in the house. Baba, the house at Agungi. Baba, they had changed from Agungi again to another apartment. Question, what is the address? Go on. When you remember, tell us. You met the body at the house? Baba, yes. Question, and you told us the nose was already blocked? Baba, yes. Question, who blocked the nose? With what? Baba, with cotton wool. Question, who did that? Baba, I don't know. Question, who certified him dead? Baba, I don't know who said it, but they were deceiving me on the phone that he was all right and I should go back home. Firstly, they said I should come to one hospital at Osaka, London. And when I got to the house, I said I was at Osaka, London now. But they told me that I should go back home, that he was all right. But what I had heard before didn't make me believe, and I wanted to see him. When I got there at 9:30 p.m., I met his dead body on the floor. Question, have you seen the death certificate? Baba, no. Question, so you do not know the cause of death? Baba nods head up and down. Question, this was 12 September 2023. Baba nods head up and down. Question, who were the people you met in the house? Baba, the people I met there were up to 100. Let me mention few. I met Anya, a musician. I met Davido representative, Zlatan, and many more. The crowd was full up there and Mobat's lawyer. Everyone was there. They had heard, but I did not hear anything. Question, you don't know who prepared the body? Baba, I do not know, but I know his wife could be able to explain because she was there. The court. And you did not make enquiry, Baba, at all. They did not call me. The court. You did not do your findings, Baba. I did not do any finding. The court. You saw your son lying down there and you did not ask any question. Baba, the question and asked was what happened, what led to his death, and they said it was the reaction of the injection given to him. Ejema Bino, we are reading to page 44. Just hold on. Mr. A. George, what was the deceased buried? Where was the deceased buried? Baba, he was buried at Berigbe. Question, who buried him? Emagbo, this is why I said if you go to the coronary law of Lagos State, section 16 and section 48 subsection 1, you are going to there is a penalty of 15 years for anybody that disposes a body before getting authorization from a coroner or before a postmortem was done on it for any suspicious death. Baba just agreed that he was the person giving orders. Where is my proof? The proof is in the signed CTC. Page, you read between page 39 to page 44. Now, here is the question again by Mr. A. George. Where was the deceased buried? Baba, He was buried at Berigbe. Question by Mr. A. George. Who buried him? Baba, I was the one who pointed that they should bury him there. Again, who buried him? Baba, I was the one who pointed that they should bury him there. Question. Berigba is in Ikorodu here? Baba, yes. Question. The house where you say the corpse was in Lekki? Baba, yes. Question. So who moved the body to Berigbe? Again, Emagbo. Question. So who moved the body to Berigbe? Baba, on that night, Davido's representative sent money to me, and I gave it to one of his followers. One of them that follows Mohbad, he received the money, and I instructed him again, and I instructed him to call ambulance. After calling the ambulance, luckily the ambulance man was a doctor also, and he checked and he decided to go to the police station, and we spent like 3 hours at the police station. Question. Which police station? Baba, I don't know. It was in the night. I just told them to carry me to the police station so we could have a police report, and they wasted my time and they wrote notes, and I had already signed for them to give me the report. They said no, they cannot give me the report, and I asked why, and they said when the events had happened led to his death, where did they report to? That was the question they asked me, and I was not able to reply because I wasn't there when it happened. Who hired the ambulance? Question. Who hired the ambulance? Baba, Darosha, one of his PA. Question. Which death certificate? Don't forget he was the one that instructed the Darosha. Question. Which death certificate did you present to the ambulance? Baba, he did not have any death certificate. Question. Who confirmed to you that the body you were seeing on the ground was lifeless, dead? Baba, I met a lot of people there, and the ambulance driver, who was a doctor, tested him in my presence and said he was dead. I was not the one who called the ambulance. Baba, who was the doctor who told you he was dead? Abi question, who was the doctor who told you he was dead? Baba, I cannot say much on that. Baba, Abi question, but a doctor told you. Baba, someone was in that bus. Question, who was it a doctor? Baba, I do not know. Question, do you do not know whether he was a doctor or not? Baba, yes. After that, we took him to the mortuary at Ikorodu here, General Hospital, and they refused to accept him. Question, when you got to the mortuary, did you present a death certificate? Baba, that was why they did not accept the body, and they asked for a police report and a doctor's report. Question, you did not have any? Baba, yes. Question, what else did you do? Baba, from there, we had to exchange because the ambulance was stopped there, and the arrangement was made with the ambulance was Ikorodu General Hospital, and it was said he was going. So we had to call another ambulance to change position, and I told the person that collected money that I am going for preparation on the land that I know, and I left there around 4 a.m. Question. That is now 13th of September. Baba, yes. Question. Right to one. They can bring his body, and as a Yoruba man, I cannot see it. And I only pointed where they should put him. Hey, the lawyer asked Baba some sensible questions, not knowing that the questions they were asking were to pin Baba into section 16 and section 48 subsection 1 of the coronary law of Lagos State. That was where they were taking the questions to. The onus is now on Wunmi and Mama Mohbad, or perhaps Adura. Adura, your Baba was saying that he doesn't mind if you go to prison due to section 16 and section 48. Baba is also guilty of the same offense. Can you also do to your Baba what he was aiming to do for you? Okay. Um, please, I'll need help from people here. Please, all the interviews of Prime Boy, please send them to Sister Temi. All the interviews of Prime Boy, the ones he said in a car with the press lady before he entered Kpansi, everyone you can lay your hands upon. Kò bá tó 1 terabyte. Agbára wa gbé. All the interviews of Prime Boy, please, I need them urgently. Now, let us continue. Let me not forget that the Professor Shokunle from lawsuits, he made mention of the parts, the internal organs that were taken for toxicology. They took the bone marrow, they took Mohbad's kidney and liver, and all these were actually put on display at the coroner inquest. We need to ask ourselves some questions. Why were those stones placed on the grave even after you have plastered the grave? Why? Another question we need to ask ourselves is this: do you think Baba will want to do the DNA after knowing that the toxicology results came inconclusive? Let us not forget that presently, if the pathologists are saying that the body is already decomposed, it is to let us know that if they go and take any sample now, it is the same results we're going to come out with, because the autopsy they are talking about was done on the 21st of September last year. If you are to start a new autopsy on a corpse that you've put in the freezer for more than 8 months, do you think more decomposition would not have occurred? Ta ló lè gbé ẹran sínú freezer fún oṣù méjì kó gbé jáde kó sọ pé òun lè lọ sè é jẹ? It would have lost taste. Imagine a corpse in a morgue for 8 months. Number one, the color would have changed. It will not be in the same state. So many people were telling people about what they saw in those pictures. He had only spent 9 days in the grave. They said his body was already peeling. Àwọn èèyàn sọ́tàn. Please, ẹ̀yin mọ́mí àti daddy ní bínú ni, because I want to mention some gory scenes.
Mr. Dawa, I'm sorry. Please, can you not? Please. Please.
I know I would really want to say, because some people that are clamoring for another autopsy and toxicology, a private autopsy and toxicology to be done. They really need to know how the
Okay.
gory scenes were.
Okay. The reason why I'm begging you, okay, maybe I should just say I'm sleeping alone in my room tonight, and I don't want to be too scared. Seriously, I don't want to be too scared. Please, can you say it tomorrow, please? Thank you.
Ah, Omadumi.
Mute. When he's saying it, just mute. Just mute when he's saying it.
Please just
You
mute for
understand?
now.
Okay.
People
Okay.
are recording, and I would please just mute. I'll be done in like
Yeah,
1
mute
minute.
and reduce the volume.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just for you.
Okay. Please, for those that can't bear what I want to say, please, you can mute or reduce the volume. When the autopsy was being carried out, people have been coming for blessing. And I would say this, I'm not citing blessing on this, but we need to also extend our prayers to her on what she saw when the autopsy was carried on her brother. When organs of her brother were carried out and his eyes almost popped out of the socket. It was a handsome boy that was always putting on designer wears, was put in a sack and laid on a tray to be butchered like meat. That when it was being done, his eyeballs popped out of the sockets and they were fixed in back. And the sister couldn't take it. I don't know how she felt after that, but I was told she couldn't eat for a long period of time. She was so emotionally down that she was just crying uncontrollably. She was just crying uncontrollably. Little did people that said they saw the tattoo marks and were shedding tears at the coroner inquest today. You only saw pictures. Blessing saw its life. Imagine you bringing a body, not a raw or a body of, this is a body that has been buried, that is smelling. Your brother, who is already decomposing and swollen, he was bloated at that point, being dissected. A brother you go to for help, his liver, his kidney was brought out in your presence. But you must be a witness for it. I laugh at people. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop it now. I'm not going to say those gory words again. I'm sorry at those people that are contributing money for such to happen again. Let this boy go and rest. Wumi, let your husband go and rest. Go and meet the lawyers. There are two people that have the right to the corpse of Mohbad. You were waiting for the toxicology to be read, and it was read today. Nothing stops you now from claiming your rights. If this is the only thing you will do for your late husband after his demise, do it for him. Fight for his burial.
Mr. Dawa, sorry to cut you because there's a bit of confusion and I just want to make sure we're both on the same track. Is it that both the autopsy report and the toxicology report are back?
Yes.
They were read there.
Don't be disappointed. Yes, they were. You are not
No,
expecting
you know
any other
what?
results.
No, I was confused because they kept saying, "Oh, that's something about the machines in America might see something else." So I'm thinking, is that the real report we're talking about here? Is that this might just be the autopsy and not the toxicology results?
Those guys that went there didn't explain it very well. But our
Okay,
sources that were there, the sources that we had there, they don't understand the
yeah.
English said there. That if the how would I say, if the autopsy had been done abroad, perhaps with sophisticated materials, the toxicology could have come with better results. That was what was said.
Right. Okay.
I
So
hope
there's
you
no
understand
more.
the English.
Yeah. So toxicology has arrived. We've heard it. That's it. This is it.
The autopsy they did, like I said, autopsy is just a physical examination. The toxicology is the taking of samples from the internal organs, which they did, and they said the samples taken had decomposed and were giving uncertainties.
Wow. Okay. I get it now. I'll come off for now. Thanks.
No problem. So it's the grammar that was actually one has to be one had to carefully listen to how they constructed the grammar that was said. They were only confused, like if they are taking it, blah blah blah. So they didn't understand that what they were actually saying is that if the autopsy had been done abroad with sophisticated materials, perhaps the toxicology results could have been different. That was what was said. I hope you get it now, ma.
I'm still kind of confused.
Thank you.
Because now you're saying that okay, let me say this is my interpretation of it. If the autopsy were to be abroad, same way the toxicology was done abroad, that it would have given a different result. Is that what you're saying? Because we understand.
It could have been, yeah, it could have given. Don't forget that you have to preserve whatever samples you have here until they arrive abroad and things like that. And maybe the procedure they had used, maybe that is what the pathologist was trying to say. Maybe with sophisticated materials, if they have used it during the autopsy itself.
During the autopsy itself. But
Yes, the autopsy. If everything had been done abroad, perhaps the result of the toxicology could have been different. If everything were conducted with sophisticated materials, that was the English that is confusing African TV, and that's Wunmi Abi. What was the name of that girl that went?
I'm still confused. You're doing my head in right now. Did you say that? Okay, the autopsy was done in Nigeria, quite all right.
Yes, and the samples. Let's not forget the whole grammar. The whole grammar is something. Toxicology is a part of autopsy. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, so the specimen now.
Exactly. So the specimen taken for the toxicology abroad, the result of that one is that it had decomposed and the results were uncertain. That's the issue. But for the preliminary examination of the physical body during the 21st of September, that day the
Yeah.
autopsy was actually carried out, there were photographs taken that there was no external injury except what do they call it? The superficial wound on the forearm. They checked the neck and noticed that it was not broken, but it was bent to an angle, and the legs also were bent. Apart from that, there was no other exit wound or entry wound or anything like that. The whole place was intact, and they also told us about the number of people that attended the autopsy that day. They showed the scar, the tattoos on his body to actually confirm it was him. Then there was a request for, I think, the head area, and they were like, if you wanted that, you have to make a request for it, because actually the brain cells also ought to be examined. So they said if you want that, you could send your lawyer to request for that. So all those were said, and actually for the toxicology, they were mentioning some medical jargons: narcotics not present, this not present, this not present, cause of death uncertain. So, and that's where what toxicology is going to bring out for you.
Yeah, so now we go back to the specimen. The specimen that was taken for the US was were they now talking about the mode of transportation? That's
No,
why
they
they
didn't
couldn't
talk
get
about
a
the mode of
better.
transport. I'm the one saying it
Okay,
now.
okay.
I'm the
So
one
why
saying it
couldn't
now
they?
that
Why
they were
couldn't
only
they have
talking about if everything were to be done abroad, perhaps with more sophisticated
if
materials, that
okay,
perhaps the
including
results,
the autopsy, if the autopsy too
including the
was done
exactly,
abroad.
exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
okay. Yeah, then that's in a simple term. If the autopsy was done abroad along with the toxicology, maybe the results would have been different.
That was the English said
Mm,
by the professor. So it
yeah.
was actually misunderstood.
Okay. Ah,
So let's just go on briefly. Sorry, I'm going to allow people talk now. Briefly, let me just do a recap of what Prime Boy also said. He was talking about the encounter he had with Adra. That Adra was a bit tipsy, and he disrespected him. After he had an encounter with Mo, he reported to the chief priest. The Kubana chief priest is his witness. Um, that the argument was Mobad was saying, "I slept with you once. Your mom owes me 400K." Let us not forget that Spending said it was 200K. Now, this one is saying that Mobad was telling Wumi that your mom owes me 400K. So you want to kill me so as to take over my property? The issue of the CCTV was also said that Belashmada was almost attacked one time, so he installed CCTV in his own house, which made Mobad to decide to fix his own in his own house. And 3 weeks later, Mo said it is already installed and it was working. That is how he knew that Mobad's CCTV was working. Um, he said that on the bridge that the two Prados didn't live together. Um, the argument on Third Milan Bridge before while they were going to Ikorodu was about Mo's ex-girlfriend. That was what caused the fight. Before it now became, she been only once I sleep with you, not only once I knock you, and I don't think Liam is my son. Um, okay, he went back the next day to collect he sent someone the next day to collect his manager's bag with camera. There was also a passport in the car in the bag. um okay, they also talked about the tattoo on his body, and so many bloggers have made mention of that. So I think basically I've gone around the whole thing. I've gone around the whole thing. But the question I'm going to ask people now in the panel section is that do you think, with what the toxicology just said, do you think Prime Boy's testimony holds any water as at now? And two, do you think Baba would want to do the DNA? or he would want to extort the public for more funds and more funds, and he was still going to keep Mohbad in the morgue until more funds are realized. More funds are realized. So this is a question I want to ask everybody now. Thank you. So let us deliberate, panelists. Hello.
Tadawa, you need. Tadawa, what did you say? Sorry.
I was asking people in the panel section 2 questions. I said, one, do you think Prime Boy's testimony today? Do you think it's of much importance? Do you think it's of much importance since it is one, the testimony, the toxicology conclusive, and it's actually contradictory to what we heard from Spending. And do you think Baba would want to do the DNA? And what's your advice for Wunmi concerning the burial of her husband? And also, it can be pressed on Josie concerning him disposing of Mohbad within 24 hours, and also him lying about a pool of blood.
Mr. Dawa, ṣé kí n kọ́kọ́ dáhùn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Èmi náà ni mo wà lókè. So, number one, first of all, and ẹ má bínú, mo ń try láti ẹ jẹ́ kí n reduce it because ó ń ṣe mi mọ̀ téèyàn bá lè bá mi máa screen record ẹ̀ lọ, ó ń grant interview, so I'm screen recording it, and it's so funny that ẹ má bínú pé mo tún máa yà lọ síbẹ̀ pé even with what he said today, and they are asking him how many hours ago, he cannot even remember.
Record it.
Aristocrat or the aristocrat law.
Okay.
No, he cannot even remember what he said.
I was just trying to free up space on my phone. Did you get it long before now?
Yes, long before now. Yes.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
brilliant.
my number one thing, it's that one. This is my number one problem is they ask you about your initial testimony. You said no, you lied about that one. One, is that the kind of witness tí wọ́n gbé wá sórí stand tó dẹ̀ fẹ́ believe gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ fún wọn lẹ́nu? Then two, my own thing is all these questions, the coroner inquest, it's about what killed Mohbad. I mean, what led to his death? Why all these paternity questions? And then, will it be okay? What led to nǹkan tí Mohbad sọ fún ẹ pé òun tọ́jú òun ọmọ? Don't question paternity ọmọ ẹ̀. So, Wunmi and Mohbad wọ́n á fi gbogbo inú ilé lẹ̀ wọn ò ní jà. Ojú ìwọ nínú mọ́tò lọ ti máa wá jà. Because me, I don't understand why you are not even that kind of a friend that Mohbad will have that would confine him then. And Frontboy, if you don't know, bàbá fúnra rẹ̀ lọ gbàdúrà fún Wunmi láti lóyún. So ọ̀rọ̀ pé one time bathroom ló fi wá lóyún yẹn, that one is absolutely a big factor. And I'm very sure Mohbad will discuss gbogbo kìíní pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. You just want to say something to be relevant, and you just want to say something. To me, I felt that maybe you want to be relevant to Josie. That is why you keep nailing on that child. That is why you keep nailing on the DNA thing. Pé Mohbad kan ló lọ́mọ, Mohbad sọ fún ẹ, ó question ẹ, wọ́n jà nítorí obìnrin nínú mọ́tò. So gbogbo èmi o, to me o, from the beginning of nǹkan tó sọ ní quest lẹ́nu till the very end, irọ́ ló pa 100%. Kò sí a bit of truth nínú gbogbo nǹkan tó sọ lẹ́nu. And to the DNA thing, bàbá ti sọ tí ló máa grant interview lálẹ́ yìí tóun bá délé.
wípé òun wà lọ́nà òun feel sad lọ́wọ́ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bínú nígbà tí Josi ṣe fídíò ní inquest
Yeah, his name is like Leon.
nígbà tí Joseph Aloba tó ṣe fídíò ní inquest tó ló bọ́ síta pé kò lè wo ibi tó ti ń ṣò picture Mohbad tó wá ń nojú nínú mọ́tò tó ń ṣe bí ẹni pé òun sunkún Joseph ò sunkún torí pé nǹkan tó ń ṣò Joseph ń sunkún ara ẹ̀ ni ní pé ẹ̀wọ̀n lòun wò yìí because òun ti tamper pẹ̀lú evidence ẹkún nǹkan tí Josi ń sùn nìyẹn gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ̀rọ bóyá ó ń sunkún torí pé ó rí bọ́dì omi tí ò yọ ní ojú ẹ̀ tó kàn fọwọ́ nojú tí ò somi kankan ní ojú ẹ̀ Josi ń sunkún pé òun ti rẹ́wọ̀n he torí òun ti àti pé iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ Josi now Josi I want to see mo mọ̀ pé o máa sùn dáadáa but you hearing this by yourself at the inquest ipe nítorí pé ẹ ti tètè lọ sí ni wọn ṣe lè mú sọ pé ní gbogbo ẹ ṣe wà inconclusive while they were begging you that night bàbá ẹ má sin ọmọdé bàbá ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe autopsy bàbá ẹ má tí lọ sí everybody was begging you that night ìyàwó ẹ even sọ fún ẹ pé bàbá ẹ lọ ro now ọlọ́dẹ wàá ṣe 100% that fault came from you Josi in as much as I'm not happy about it pé it's inconclusive but 100% pé tí àwọn tó ń follow ẹ tó bá máa sọ tọrọ fún ẹ you caused it ìwọ ló fà tí àbá ní rí pé nǹkan báyìí ló pa Mohbad Josi you caused it because àmọ̀kọ́ tó ń jó ẹ lára tó sáré gbọ́mọ yẹn tó sáré lọ sí bí o bá tiẹ̀ understand kankan when they were telling you bàbá ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe autopsy you are supposed to ask okay kí ni autopsy it's because you have your own hidden agenda torí ẹ̀ ló ṣe sáré lọ sí ọmọ yẹn lálẹ́ ẹjọ́ yẹn because tó bá jẹ́ pé bàbá tí o tó fẹ́ and I hope you people would know now that even with what you heard today Josi kò fẹ́ justice fọmọ ẹ̀ because ẹni tó bá fẹ́ justice ni kò ní lọ sí ó ti tamper pẹ̀lú evidence òun nìyẹn sí inconclusive gbogbo yín wá ń sunkún ẹnu ẹ wá ń pariwo ẹnu lẹ́nu ẹ wá ń ké on top the nonsense Josi did instead kẹ́ jẹ́ kí Josi máa mọ̀ sí pé ìwọ ni tábà ti rí justice fọ́mọ ẹ bàbá you caused it ìwọ ló ti fà from day one ló ti fà there is nothing to me there is nothing anybody want to say at this time that will change anything Josi ló bá kíní jẹ́ from the get go Josi ti spoil gbogbo ẹ̀ ó ti bàjẹ́ ìwọ ló ní kó má gbọ́mọ lọ mọ́ṣúárì kan gbé lọ sílé ìwọ ló délé tó ní kó gbé nìṣó ìwọ ló sọ bí tó máa sín sí ìwọ ló lọ sanwó casket ṣòtú wá gbọ́ wọn lọ́rùn ẹ̀kan ẹsẹ̀ ẹ̀kan and you even saw that in the car orí okay àgbà pé orí ńgbà tó gbé síbẹ̀ you saw it in the video sọ pé no mi ò lè gbà kẹ́sìn ọmọ yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ̀kan lọ́rùn síbẹ̀ ẹ̀kan lẹ́ àti àwọn òtí ẹ̀rẹ́sẹ̀ bọ̀tọ̀rùn la rí if truly you are a father that you are claiming orí pé wọ́n kọ ọrùn ẹ̀ sí inú pósí o lè ní kó lọ wú jáde ipe o lè gbà causing your own second bó ṣe máa ń pè your own child bó ṣe máa ń pè your friend bó ṣe máa ń pè ipe kọ́ síbẹ̀ yẹn torí ìwọ gangan ló ti sọ iṣẹ́ tó máa ṣe ó ti sọ bó ṣe máa sílì ibẹ̀ yẹn pa ó ti mọ̀ pé ó ti ní kó gbókúta síbẹ̀ kó gbé kan kéré síbẹ̀ ó ti mọ̀ fúnra ara ẹ̀ ló ṣe lè ní pé náà kọ́ lọ wú náà kò gbọ́ ọ̀gbùdọ̀ síbẹ̀ yẹn bó bá tiẹ̀ rówó pósí gidi wọ́n fún ẹ lówó gidi tó lè fi ra pósí náà ìwọ ló sọ tó ní kó lọ ta chain yẹn pé kẹ́ lè fi rí nǹkan kẹ́ lè fi mọ bẹ́ ṣe máa ṣe tẹ́ ṣe máa sín wọ́n dẹ̀ pé Davido ìyẹn dẹ̀ fún yín ní 2 million ní pé òkè iṣẹ́ fẹ́ lọ sí ni ó yẹ lọ sí Josi ńgbà tí wọn ò fún wọ ní death certificate tó ló ń béèrè tí o fọmọ yẹn lẹ́bi tó wà tí wọ́n bá ṣe dáadáa ní ṣe bóyá kó wá tán lifestyle tí ẹ bó ṣe mọ̀ tán sí àbí kò wá máa pariwo pé ẹ̀yin Nigerians ẹ gbà mí ọmọ yìí ó kú o ó dẹ̀ dọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá pé kán fún ẹ ní death certificate kó lè lọ gbé sí mọ́ṣúárì kó tó sin o wọn ò fún ẹ o. But all along you know your plan, you know what your plan was, you know what you were driving at. Ó mọ nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe. Òun ló ṣe gbé ọmọ yẹn ló ṣe sáré lọ sí. Tó bá yẹ pé kò sówó ni ó ní ọjọ́ tó bá rí bí ni bí ń wọlé ó ní bàbá ọmọ kò gbọdọ̀ máa fojú rókù Mohbad náà. Not once not twice now ló fojú rókù ẹ̀ náà. So ibo wa ni pé tíjọ́ tí bí bá wọlé kò dá kágbàlagbà kí ẹni tó bímọ àbí kágbàlagbà kó máa rí òkú ọmọ ẹ̀. Yes bó ṣe rí lédè Yorùbá nìyẹn kò dá. But ìwọ rí because o fẹ́ wà sure dáadáa because tí ò bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbogbo bá ṣe máa sin Mohbad kò kàn ẹ́. Ó níyàwó ó láwọn ọ̀rẹ́ tó wà ń bẹ lálẹ́jọ́ yẹn ìwọ tó lè fojú ka gbogbo ọ̀rẹ́ tó wà ń bẹ lálẹ́jọ́ yẹn pé wọ́n pé 100 lóòótí get him everybody kó lọ́pọ̀lọpàá. You tampered with the evidence Josie. Tí wọ́n bá rí nǹkan kan tó bá ní inconclusive torí ọ̀dẹ̀ làwọn yẹn ibi tó bá yẹ kán sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn kì í sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́bẹ̀. You tampered with the evidence. Ìwọ ló fà kò sí yàn kankan ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ló fi fà ó ti gbọ́ wọ́n dẹ̀ ní kò sí wọn ẹ̀ ń bá mu anything wọn ẹ̀ ń bá mu nada torí àwọn kan sí wọ́n ti ń bẹ sunkún wọ́n ti ń bẹ ké already wọn ẹ̀ ń bá mi. And for me for DNA I know pé wọ́n fẹ́ try láti frustrate Wunmi to the extent pé máa bọ́ sọ́mà ní òun lọ ṣe DNA yẹn kíníkan. But if she wish to do it, if she doesn't wish to do it, Josie ṣé tẹ́ dúró náà ẹjọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run èèyàn ní gbogbo èèyàn ẹlẹ́ran ara ni wá we are all human. Ẹlòmíì tí kò bá tí ì ṣe kò ní mọ bó ṣe ń rí lára ẹlòmíì dẹ̀kẹ̀ ni kò ní dúró kó ṣe òun kò ní dúró kí nǹkan ṣe òun kó tó fọhùn síta ọ̀ kó tó dúró. Ọmọ ẹ̀ jẹ́jẹ́ bá wọn kò ní dúró kó tó ṣe òun abẹ́lòmíì prevent ẹ̀ kó tó ṣẹlẹ̀. On DNA issue Josie ìwọ náà ló tún fa ti ọ̀rọ̀ DNA ìwọ yìí ló Josie ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo kò sí lórí alábàáwọn. You are the genesis of the whole thing Josie ìwọ ni genesis gbogbo ẹ̀. Ibi tá ti bára wa ibi tá délé ni Josie ìwọ ni ibi tá délé ni tí gbogbo wa délé ni tó di pé ó wá di team bàbá àti team justice for Mohbad àwa ni team justice for Mohbad àwọn yẹn team bàbá ni wọ́n. Ìwọ ló bá gbogbo wa débi tá délé ní Joseph Aloba because tó bá pe Wunmi wọ́n ní ọmọ tọmọ yẹn jẹ́ tí ẹjọ́ ò tiẹ̀ ti dẹ̀bẹ̀ nítorí selfish interest nítorí greediness yẹn ó sáré subject ọmọ yẹn kíákíá tó yá DNA ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ bóyá wọ́n lọ́mọ and you even repeated the same thing today Joseph Aloba wo lè gbọ́ ọmọ yẹn o ṣé wọ́n fọ̀ sí ọmọ sí ẹ lọ́rùn ni ṣé wọ́n fún ẹ lọ́mọ dandan ni ṣé ní dandan kò gba ọmọ ni. You said you stand for Aloba family. I stand for Aloba family. Must you accept Liam? Ṣé forcefully o gbọ́dọ̀ gba Liam ni by force. Ìyọ́mọ́ lòun ò gbọ́mọ òun lẹ̀ ó dé lọ wá grandchild mi àbí wàhálà ẹran ṣe wá kú sí ìlú àìlọ́bẹ̀ báyìí. Wàhálà ṣe wá bá ẹ báyìí Joseph Aloba. Ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo nonsense yẹn adájọ́ sọ pé that is not the reason we are here. This is the reason we are here. Ó pariwo DNA tí DNA ẹ bá jáde lọ́la tó bá fi wọ́n pé nǹkan tí wọ́n gangan mọ̀ ni it's not what you don't know Joseph Aloba all is because of money. It's not what you don't know. You know Liam pé ọmọ Mohbad ni ó mọ̀ pátọ̀ Mohbad ló di Liam, but it's because of your selfish interest. Ó ń gbọ́rọ̀ sí àwọn èèyàn tó máa fi ẹ́ lè lọ́la. Aṣọ bóra ẹ ò ń dà síta, ò ń daṣọ bóra ẹ nù. Ṣebí wọ́n ló fẹnu ara ẹ̀ sọ pé ọmọ Liam kí Liam lè ra pósí tó máa fi sin ẹ́. Ṣebí wọ́n ló fẹnu ara ẹ̀ sọ, ta ló máa ra pósí ẹ̀ ń sìn? Ṣé gbogbo àwọn TikToker ló tún máa dáwó, wọ́n máa tún ṣe GoFundMe fún ẹ? But why are you doing this now? You go home like at night and you sleep comfortably. Your own son is laying down in the morgue. Josi ṣọmọ bí Mohbad ṣe ti máa rí nsìn. Ṣọmọ bó ṣe rí. Ó ti wá jẹ́ Nàìjíríà tó yẹ pé wọn ò mọ bọ́dì tọ́jú. Àwọn tó yẹ pé àlàyé gan wọn tí tọ́jú ẹ̀ ká máa sọ pé òkú tó ti kú. You think ní mọ́ṣúárì wọ́n máa treat Mohbad specially? Josi, you do this one, oh. You really tried. You do this one. Ó ṣe fún ọmọ yẹn títí ó fìtìnà tí ayé ọmọ yẹn gbà tó wà láyé tí even ìgbà tó tún kú ṣọmọ pọ̀ ń fìtìnà tí ilé ayé ẹ̀ ní. Ṣóore lóru bóyá òun ṣe Mohbad pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ń ṣe fún un. For how many months ni Mohbad fi wà nínú morgue? Àwa wí tán ṣó lọ kí n bẹ̀ pé ó ṣe ìyàwó ni àbó lọ kí n bẹ̀ pé ó ṣe súná ọmọ. Ó wá jẹ́ kí owó nǹkan tó fẹ́ jẹ wá dẹ̀ pé wá sọ pé it's your second. Your second is laying down there at the morgue. If truly what you are saying, Josi, you meant it. It's laying down there in the morgue. Ọmọ bí gbogbo ara ẹ̀ ṣe máa rí. Ọmọ bọ́mọ ẹ̀ ṣe ti máa deform. Mi ò gbàdúrà kọ́ mọ́ òun mi gan rí bí Mohbad ṣe rìn sí. Mi gbàdúrà kí Liam gan kọ́ ní fọ́tò bí Liam bí Mohbad ṣe ní tó ṣe wà ń sìn. They can show him the picture of Ingba kí Josi tó gbé kúrò nínú ilé. But after tí Mohbad ti di ọwọ́ Josi, kò yẹ kó fi fọ́tò yẹn hàn Liam. Because ìgbà tí ọmọ yẹn di ọwọ́ ẹ̀ Josi, ó ṣe ìdájọ́ owó ẹ̀ fún un. Ìdájọ́ ẹ̀ ló ṣe fọ́mọ yẹn. Ó wá filẹ̀ nínú morgue. Kábíyèsí rẹ Ọlọ́run. Unquestionable God. Because sometimes I wonder, màá lọ́nà báwo ló ṣe máa ń ṣiṣẹ́. Màá ní pẹ̀lú bí mo ṣe máa ń ṣe sùúrù tó bí mo ṣe máa ń ní sùúrù tó Ọlọ́run, àwọn ẹlòmíì wà tó yẹ pé kò tiẹ̀ yẹ kọ́yìn máa rìn rárá, kò yẹ kó máa sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ìwọ Ọlọ́run, kábíyèsí rẹ o. Ọba onísùúrù ni ẹ o, Ọlọ́run onísùúrù. Ọba alágbára, kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run. Josi, you try. Àwa mọ̀ bóyá Ọlọ́run mọ̀ fi ẹ́ lẹ́nu kó ba lè rí ẹ̀sìn yẹn ṣe dọjọ́ alẹ́ ni. Ẹlòmíì Ọlọ́run á fi kú bò láṣìírí. Á jẹ́ kó tètè máa lọ kó má rí ẹ̀sìn. Ṣé Ọlọ́run fẹ́ jẹ́ ká rí ẹ̀sìn ẹ̀? Ṣé Ọlọ́run fẹ́ jẹ́ kó tẹ̀fẹ̀ nú ẹ̀ ní Josi? Ẹ̀rù òde máa bà ẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run mò ń wá dúró wá yóò dẹ̀yìn fi mí lé òdẹ̀yìn pa mí mọ́. Ṣé Ọlọ́run fi ẹ́ pamọ́ fún yà for a great ìyá ni? Ẹ̀rù òde máa bà ẹ́ pé o sùn ó jí o tún wò pé o tún jí sáyé, Ọlọ́run ò tójú oorun mú ẹ lọ. Ó dẹ̀ ń ṣe gbogbo eléyìí. Títóbi rẹ Ọlọ́run. Josi, tó bá jẹ́ lóòótọ́ la máa kú, la máa dìde, la máa dájọ́. Josi, tó bá kan tí Ọlọ́run arẹjọ́ rọ̀ àbí wà arẹjọ́ rọ̀. Joseph Aloba, ọmọ bíbí inú ẹ̀ nígbà tó wà láyé, ó ti ara ẹ̀ sin Ọlọ́run. tó bá mọ̀ áńgẹ́lì ni because ó mọ̀ ní pé ọlọ́run ní pé kéèyàn má fi báwo lọ ṣe máa sọ ìyá àti bàbá èèyàn ní ọrùn èèyàn wọ́n ní ẹsẹ̀ ìgégésẹ̀ ọrùn ìyá ọrùn ìyá èèyàn ní ọrùn èèyàn wà ẹ ń pariwo Mohbad left his mom left him tábà máa ṣí gbogbo ẹ̀ gan náà but I'm not going to go into that ó fi ìyá ẹlẹ́ fún 10 years ọmọ yẹn tún gba ìyá ẹ̀ padà kò tún wo ìwà abi tó ń ṣe ó ń tọ́jú ẹ̀ ó ń tọ́jú ìyá tó bí lọ́mọ despite nǹkan tó fi ojú ọmọ yẹn rí nígbà tó wà láyé nígbà tó wà kékeré ni ó struggle. Kò sí àrà tó fojú Mohbad rí nígbà tó wà láyé bọ̀ kò ti torí ẹ̀ nígbà tó ní ṣéǹjì kékeré lọ́wọ́ kò ti torí ẹ̀ wọ́n pé wọ́n bàbá ìwà gbà ó tún ṣe ìfẹ́nu ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ló ń sọ fún yẹn pé ìyá mi ẹ di orú ara yín ẹ yé du orí bàbá yìí ìyá Mohbad náà ti ara ẹ̀ sí lọ́rùn Josie ò mọ nǹkan táwọn pípù yìí ṣe fún ẹ ó mọ̀ and it's because ó kọ pé yẹn pásítọ̀ ọlọ́run ò pè é because tọ́lọ́run bá pè é wàá mọ̀ pé wọ́n ń ti ara ẹ̀ sin ọlọ́run ni wọn ò fẹ́ tì torí ẹ̀ dá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ àmọ́ bóyá ká ní Mohbad ò ti ara ẹ̀ ṣe ọlọ́run ni bóyá àwa ta dúró ti ìyàwó àtọmọ ìlérí bóyá ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ ká dúró tì wọ́n àmọ́ ara oore ara ń pé ó ti ara ẹ̀ sin ọlọ́run bóyá òun náà ìlàwà yìí náà fi dúró pé come what me say ọmọ mi we go nowhere we pin pé ọ̀tí tó bá ní sinmi